But I want to give God the praise and I want to give God the glory for help. I want to thank God that He is Jehovah Rapha, the God that heals. I want to bless the Lord that whatever Satan was trying to do, he did not win. Amen. And the Lord said to me 2 weeks ago, don't give up. And I text to myself when he gave me messages like that so I can't forget the thing. And when I knew I had to minister this morning, I went through my text to see what message God had given me. And he reminded me about don't give up. I'm here to tell you this morning, church, don't give up. I don't know what you're facing. I don't care what's going on in your life. But I'm here to give you the message that the Most High God don't want you to give up. There have been tough times, hard times, desperate times. But I want you to also know that the most gifted, the most anointed, the most brilliant, the most rich, the poor, all at one point of time in our lives have reached to a point where we wanted to give up. Where we wanted to stop and say, no, I cannot accomplish this. But whatever you find yourself doing, and how much you find yourself wanting to give up, there are times when you hit a challenge period and your motivation has break a stony wall and you feel like giving up. But I say to you today that it's quite normal because you are still human. There will be times in your lives when you will feel like giving up. But I want to remind you that the most time when you feel like giving up, that's when your breakthrough is about to come true.
Amen.
No. I don't think you heard what I just said. There are times in our lives when we feel that we need to give up. And you are about to give up. That's the very hour, the second, and the minute of the day that your breakthrough is about to break through. But Satan do not want you to accomplish the breakthrough, so he make you feel like giving up. That whatever you have been trying to do and accomplish and be able to stand, you say, I must give up. But let me remind you, the Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians 15:58, he said, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding to the work of the Lord. The King James Version. But let me tell you what the NIV said. NIV says, stand firm. Let nothing move you.
Hey. Hallelujah.
NIV says, stand firm. He said, let nothing move you. Be persistent and determined, church. Biblical history tells me, in the word of yesterday, today, and will always be, history tells me, dedicated, faithful men. They too had trials. They had tribulations. They had oppositions. They had disappointments. And they had discouragements. For example, in the book of Job, we also know what Moses went through. We know what the 3 Hebrew boys went through. We know what Daniel went through. We know what David went through. They all had trials, they all had tribulations. But the Bible tells us they never gave up. So I'm here to tell you this morning, I don't know what you're facing. It may be relationship. It may be financial issues. It may be spiritual issues. It may be your job. It may be your children. It may be just spiritual battles. But whatever you find yourself facing this morning, I'm here to tell you and myself to don't give up. 2 Timothy tells us, the Apostle Paul said these words. We know the fight he had to fight. We all know what he went through. But at the end of the day, he said, I have fought a good fight. He said, I have finished my course. And I kept the faith. Are you fighting a good fight this morning? morning? Are you fighting a good fight this morning? Or are you fighting a weak fight this morning? What kind of fight are you fighting? He said, I have fought a good fight. He said, and I have finished my course. But one thing he said, I kept the faith. And he went on to say, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge. Don't think, Christian friends, that God don't see what we go through. Because he is the righteous judge. And the Bible tells us that he will give us a crown. Not only Paul, but us as well. So whatever you find yourself going through this morning, I want to remind you, don't take up the wrong course. You know, many times we find ourselves going to university, and we say we want to do engineering, we change to be doctor, we change from doctor, we change to be a professor, we change from professor, we want to be nurse, we change from nursing, no, we want to be teacher. But I'm here to tell you this morning, don't give up and take the wrong course. Don't take the course of quitting 101 and giving up. You know, that is the most easiest course I have learned in my lifetime.
Yeah.
101 quitting and giving up. Whatever you're about to start, you quit. Nothing good come easy. Whatever. Nothing good come easy, church. When you say you want to be a doctor, you got to study hard. Don't quit. You want to be a pastor, you got to study hard. Don't quit. Whatever you decide to do in life, don't quit. Don't take on the course 101 of quitting and 101 of giving up. I'm saying to you this morning, that's the most easiest test, the most easiest course that you can take in your life. And you'll find yourself not graduate right away. And we're honors too. We're honors because why? It's a course that you finish quick.
Hallelujah. Yes.
You finish your course quick. Because when you started, you finish it. Because why? You don't want to take up another course. But I say to you to take up the course of 201 called Trials and Tribulation. You take the course 201 called Trials and Tribulation. That whatever trials and tribulation you find yourself going through, you will be persistent. You will stand fast. You will have that perseverance spirit. And you will not give up. Because trials and tribulation you have to go through. The Bible tells us that we'll go through. He said you'll go through the valley and shadow of death. He said you'll go through the river. He said you'll go through the fire. He didn't say you will stand there and will overcome you. But he said to us that you will go through. So I'm here to tell you this morning that you will go through. But let me remind you what David said. David said in Psalm 73 verse 2, but as for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps have well nigh slipped. David said almost gone and nigh slipped. But he didn't allow it to slip. He kept the faith. But many of us today have allowed our feet to slip. And because we allow our feet to slip, church, we have given up. We were not able to do the things that God wanted us to do. Because why? We allow our feet to slip. But I say to you, it's not the outcome. It's not the outcome of the finish line. The more important thing is the journey. I said to you today, the outcome of the finish line is more important than the journey. Let me repeat. The outcome of the finish line is more important than the journey. Because many times we start something and we never finish it. It's because of the in-betweens, the battles that we are facing in life, so we never finish it. So it's the outcome of the journey. Okay? It's more important. The finish line is more important than the outcome of the journey. Because many times, church, we try to start something and we never finish it. But people will always see your finish line. People will always see your the finish line, they never know what you went through. They don't know how long she had to study and put her feet in the water to still be able to be a nurse. But all they know, she has a degree. They don't know how hard it is to be a pastor. All they know that she's won. They see your finish line. They never see the journey that you went through. But there are times in our lives where we have to go through to be able to become who we are. But I say to you this morning, don't quit. The Bible tells us that Satan came in the best of the children of God. You in church? Satan in church with you. The first thing he's telling you, why are you listening to that message? Why are you coming today? You try to sing the praise and worship song, you're basically wondering what's happening at your house. Or you're wondering too, what's happening at your job. You're not being focused. Satan staying right there with you and trying to tell you things that you got no business listening to. But the Bible tells us that Satan came in the midst of God's people. And God asked him, Satan, what you been doing? And Satan said, I've been roaming the face of the earth. That's why the Bible tells us that Satan is like a roaring lion seeking to devour God's people. Don't think you're in church, Satan not in church with you. If you look keenly, you got spiritual sight, but you can see him sitting right there behind you. To try to influence you to do things you got no business doing. And the Bible tells us God asked him, and he said he been roaming the earth. And God asked him, have you considered my servant Job? Church. We got some who come to church every Sunday. Who would read the word, they would fast, they would pray. They would be dedicated in the things of the Lord. They would give God even their last. And some things that they want to do, they would say, no, my conscience is breaking me. I'm not going to do that because I don't want God to get mad with me. You know, sometimes when you're really faithfully serving God, every little thing that you know you're not supposed to do, it hinders your spirit. And you try to walk upright. And so for that reason, you feel that you will never get tested. But I'm here to tell you this morning, I don't care who you are in life, the most anointed, who you are in life, the most gifted, the ones that think that they're doing everything that God wants them to do. The Bible tells me, God himself said, not the prophet, not the people in the town, that they not go and make a collection and say, who you think is the best in this town? Or who the best in the community? The Bible tells me here that God himself asked Satan, have you considered my servant Job? So what makes you think today because you're serving God that problems won't come your way? You will get tested. But are you standing firm in the faith? And Satan said, how will I consider your servant Job when you're protecting him like this? You got a hedge around him, around his property, around himself, around his children, around things he has. How will I be able to touch him? When you surrounding her too much with the blood of Jesus and the Holy Ghost fire. Each time I go, the fire wants to burn me, so I got to step back. When I look at her, I see the blood of Jesus upon her, so I got to run back.
Amen.
That's right.
When I want to touch her finances, I see the blood on her finances. I want to touch her home, I see the blood in her home. I want to touch her life, I see the blood on her life. So how will I touch her when the fire is surrounding her? And the Bible tells me, God said, okay, Satan, I will give you a chance. And the Bible tells me, God removed the protection from around Job. And one thing he said to Job, I will allow you to do anything you want to do to him, but you will not take his life. So, children of God, you who feel that you're so anointed, you praying so hard, you come to church every Sunday, you try to not commit adultery, fornication, you try to not steal, you try not to gossip, you try to not do the things that the 10 Commandments and the people out there tell you not to do. So you're trying to walk upright in the presence of the Lord. But I'm here to tell you today that God can allow Satan to fix you.
Yes, sir.
And God allowed Satan to test him. He gave Satan a test I don't think that any one of us can go through. The Bible tells me that when God moved the hedge around Satan, around Job and his family, while Job was there, one of his servants came and said to him, your children were in there, having party, rejoicing, celebrating. And the wind came, and they all died. The Bible tells us that Job was a rich man. And the word of God tells us, church, that another servant, the Bible said before he would even start speaking, another servant was there to say, and all your herbs died. The Bible tells me, church, one by one, people were going, the servants were going, and saying to him, this is what has happened. And it got to the point that Job had nothing. Back to back. Have you found yourself facing problems back to back? The minute you think you're not over this one, before you can get over with, something else not take place.
Yes.
Before you can get to say, okay, God, answer this prayer, when you know, you got to pray again for something else. And before that prayer can even be answered, when you look again, something else not take place. But the Bible tells me, church, that what happened to Job. Job lost all his thousands of cattle. Job lost all his children. Job lost all his houses. The Bible tells me Job lost everything. We found ourselves going through the war, but we didn't lose all what Job lost. We may have lost some clothes, and we may not have had food to eat, but we did not lose what Job lost. But the Bible tells me, church, Job did not give up. What are you going through today that making you don't even want to come to church? What are you facing today that you feel God is not even answering your prayer? So you don't even want to come to Bible study. You don't want to come to Sunday school. You don't even, you got a good negative attitude towards the things of God. Because God don't have it the way I want it to be. I go to church every Sunday. I still got problem. I pay my tithes and offering. I still got problem. So why am I doing it? Today, that's the attitude of mankind. Why should I keep on doing this when this is happening to me? Let me join the people of the world. I'm here to tell you today, when you're a child of God, God tests you. But the Bible tells me that Job did not give up. And when Job was asking God, God said to Job, who are you to question what allowed to happen in your life? Read the text, Job 1. God said to Job, who are you to question what I allowed to happen in your life? That's what God said to Job. So who are you sitting here today to question what God allowed to happen in your life? If you pray, pray more. If you fasting, fast more. If you holding on, continue to hold on. As long as you're doing what God wants you to do, continue to do it. He allowed those things to happen for a reason and for a purpose. To strengthen your faith more in Him. For you to know that regardless of whatever will happen, He said you will go through. He didn't say it will overcome you, but He said you will go through. So I don't care who you are sitting here today. Even I who holding this back and preaching the word, God said we will go through. He said I will never leave you, neither will I forsake you. Those were His words, church. And the Bible tells us here, church, Job went through. But while you're going through, you got to be very careful who you got surrounding you. Because the Bible tells me his friend said to him, they started to gossip first and said there's some sin in his life. You know, people always know the reason why something happening to you. They always got the reason why things happening to you. They never know that God is allowing them for a reason and a purpose. Oh, it's a sin he committed in his life today. That's why God had to move from behind it. They don't know how long she had to study and put her feet in the water to still be able to be a nurse. But all they know, she has a degree. They don't know how hard it is to be a pastor. All they know that she's one. They see your finish line. They never see the journey that you went through. But there are times in our lives where we have to go through to be able to become who we are. But I say to you this morning, don't quit. The Bible tells us that Satan came in the best of the children of God. You in church? Satan in church with you. The first thing he's telling you, why are you listening to that message? Why are you coming today? You try to sing the praise and worship song, you're basically wondering what's happening at your house. Or you wondering too, what's happening at your job. You're not being focused. Satan saying right there with you and trying to tell you things that you got no business listening to. But the Bible tells us that Satan came in the midst of God's people. And God asked him, Satan, what you been doing? And Satan said, I've been roaming the face of the earth. That's why the Bible tells us that Satan is like a roaring lion seeking to devour God's people. Don't think you're in church, Satan not in church with you. If you look keenly, got spiritual sight, but you can see he's sitting right there by you. They'll try to influence you to do things you got no business doing. And the Bible tells us God asked him, and he said he been roaming the earth. And God asked him, have you considered my servant Job? Church. We got some who come to church every Sunday. Who will read the word, they will fast, they will pray. They will be dedicated in the things of the Lord. They will give God even their last. And some things that they want to do, they will say, Lord, my conscience is breaking me. I'm not going to do that because I don't want God to get mad with me. You know, sometimes when you're ready faithfully serving God, every other thing that you know you're not supposed to do, it hinders your spirit. And you try to walk upright. And so for that reason, you feel that you will never get tested. But I'm here to tell you this morning, I don't care who you are in life, the most anointed, who you are in life, the most gifted, the ones that think that they're doing everything that God wants them to do. The Bible tells me, God himself said, not the prophet, not the people in the town, that they not go and make a collection and say, who you think is the best in this town? Or who the best in the community? The Bible tells me here that God himself asked Satan, have you considered my servant Job? So what makes you think today because you're serving God, the problems won't come your way? You will get tested. But are you standing firm in the faith? And Satan said, how will I consider your servant Job when you're protecting him like this? You got a hedge around him, around his property, around himself, around his children, around things he has. How will I be able to touch him? When you surrounding her too much with the blood of Jesus and the Holy Ghost fire. Each time I go, the fire wants to burn me, so I gotta step back. When I look at her, I see the blood of Jesus upon her, so I gotta run back.
Amen.
That's right.
When I want to touch her finances, I see the blood on her finances. I want to touch her home, I see the blood in her home. I want to touch her life, I see the blood on her life. So how will I touch her when the fire is surrounding her? And the Bible tells me, God said, okay, Satan, I will give you a chance. And the Bible tells me, God removed the protection from around Job. And one thing he said to Job, I will allow you to do anything you want to do to him, but you will not take his life. So, children of God, you who feel that you're so anointed, you praying so hard, you come to church every Sunday, you try to not commit adultery, fornication, you try to not steal, you try not to gossip, you try to not do the things that the Ten Commandments and the people out there tell you not to do. So you're trying to walk upright in the presence of the Lord. But I'm here to tell you today that God can allow Satan to test you.
Yes, sir. Yes.
He can test you. I have asked him, Jesus, what happened? But he told me that Satan will want to test me and try to sift me.
Yes, sir.
So not because you're doing something wrong. The Bible tells us there was nothing wrong that Job did. And God allowed Satan to test him. He gave Satan a test I don't think that anyone else can go through. The Bible tells me that when God moved the hedge around Satan, around Job and his family, while Job was there, one of his servants came and said to him, your children were in there, having party, rejoicing, celebrating. And the wind came, and they all died. The Bible tells us that Job was a rich man. And the word of God tells us, church, that another servant, the Bible said, before he would even start speaking, another servant was there to say, and all your herbs died. The Bible tells me, church, one by one, people were going, the servants were going, and saying to him, this is what has happened. And it got to the point that Job had nothing. Back to back. Have you found yourself facing problems back to back? The minute you think you're not over this one, before you can get over with, something else not take place.
Yes.
Before you can get, to say, okay, God, answer this prayer. When you know, you got to pray again for something else. And before that prayer can even be answered, when you look again, something else not take place. But the Bible tells me, church, that what happened to Job. Job lost all his thousands of cattle. Job lost all his children. Job lost all his houses. The Bible tells me Job lost everything. We found ourselves going through the war, but we didn't lose all what Job lost. We may have lost some clothes, and we may not have had food to eat, but we did not lose what Job lost. But the Bible tells me, church, Job did not give up. What are you going through today that making you don't even want to come to church? What are you facing today that you feel God is not even answering your prayer? So you don't even want to come to Bible study. You don't want to come to Sunday school. You don't even, you got a good negative attitude towards the things of God. Because God don't have it the way I want it to be. I go to church every Sunday. I still got problems. I pay my tithes and offering. I still got problems. So why am I doing it? Today, that's the attitude of mankind. Why should I keep on doing this when this is happening to me? Let me join the people of the world. I'm here to tell you today, when you're a child of God, God tests you. But the Bible tells me that Job did not give up. And when Job was asking God, God said to Job, who are you to question why allowed to happen in your life? Read the text, Job 1. God said to Job, who are you to question what I allowed to happen in your life? That's what God said to Job. So who are you sitting here today to question what God allowed to happen in your life? If you pray, pray more. If you fasting, fast more. If you holding on, continue to hold on. As long as you're doing what God wants you to do, continue to do it. He allowed those things to happen for a reason and for a purpose. To strengthen your faith more in Him. For you to know that regardless of whatever will happen, He said you will go through. He didn't say it will overcome you, but He said you will go through. So I don't care who you are sitting here today. Even I who holding this back and preaching the word, God said we will go through. He said I will never leave you, neither will I forsake you. Those were His words, church. And the Bible tells us here, church, Job went through. But while you're going through, you got to be very careful who you got surrounding you. Because the Bible tells me his friend said to him, they started to gossip first and said there's some sin in his life. You know, people always know the reason why something happening to you. They always got the reason why things happen to you. They never know